It feels so good to be successful. Welcome to the Top Notch Show. Before we talk this talk, we gotta walk this walk. I came a long way, I got a lot to say. I start my own podcast with great debates. I agree to disagree, it's not the same as hate. I believe in God, He gave me my faith. You hanging with the best topics, best gossip, great knowledge. You rocking with the best. I won't stop until I be an icon. Burn the booth down. I'm Tito and my mic's gone. We talking about these bits and views. We keep it cracking like dried lips are due. Mother.
Yes, sir. Thanks for tuning in to the Top Notch Show here on Radio of Success. And I am Mr. Success. Shout out to Kenny Cash for the dope intro. Real players come through when needed. Thanks, brother. Well appreciated. I know it's been a while, but I've been trying different things to make sure everything gets to rolling right. Being a super producer that I am, multitasking, entrepreneur, making sure everything is, set up accordingly to plan. So let's jump right into the topic of the day. The origin of stepping. This is actually my second show on the origin of stepping. The first episode I did on the origin of stepping, the title was The Mastering the Art of Stepping, Chicago style stepping. I got a little feedback here and now from a couple of people who wanted to hear more about how stepping started. So, which is okay. I enjoy feedback. Feedback is good. It's good because it helps me become a better content creator. It helps me, to see what needs touching up. This show, the title is How Did Stepping Start? So it would be this talk. I would be talking about how stepping started, where it came from, and so on and so on. I figured I'd do the mastering of the art of stepping first so people can know the host of the show can get his step on, Can you feel me? So, hey, I didn't want y'all to just think I'm out here talking about something I don't even know how to do it myself. So that's why I talked about that on the first episode. So we're going to jump right into the where and how stepping was started on this episode, on the second episode. But first, I got a few commercials coming from our sponsor. But even before then, I'm going to hit you with a little Maxwell, a Steppers Classic with a session. And I'll be right back. Mr. Success on the Top Notch Show, Radio of Success. Yep, baby. Welcome back to Radio of Success. And you rocking with the one and only Mr. Success. And we're talking the origin of stepping Chicago style, baby. Now, there being many forms of stepping. All of them can be traced back to the same place, but I'm specifically talking Chicago style stepping for the grown and sexy. This been a hot dance here in Chicago for many a years, and if you from here and travel a lot, you may have been at a gathering, a party, some type of event. And when you from Chicago, people expect you to know how to step. Wherever you go. And well, before I learned how to actually step for real, I used to do this thing people from the Chi like to call faking the funk. That's basically just 1-2 stepping, and looking good doing it. I've been doing this for years until one day I was at Detroit at a step. And man, the D know how to get down just as hard as the Shy. I mean, them cats was out there spinning, dipping their women partners back down, and of course, somebody would have to call. No, I'm from Chicago, gotta call me out. Chi-Town, what you got on this? Nothing, but by me being from the Shy, I had to get out there and represent. I got out there and fake the funk like never before, all the time. Lying like my great late Uncle Michi that I'm just recovering from a broken leg, so had a little phony limp with me, but hey, I wasn't going out. I was gonna try to step, so that's when I discovered stepping lessons at the ballroom on 63rd and Cottage Grove, and before I took the lessons, I had to do a little research, I wanted to know the art of stepping. And make sure I was being taught right. So before I did that, I did a little research and did a little research. And I'll tell you all about the details right after these commercial breaks and some Anthony Hamilton coming where I'm from, live here from Radio of Success. We'll be back after these messages. Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs in the square holes, the ones who see things differently. They're not fond of rules. They have no respect for the status quo. You can quote them, disagree with them, glorify or vilify them. About the only thing you can't do is ignore them, because they change things. They push the human race forward. While some see them as crazy ones, we see genius, because the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who usually do. Yes, sir. Welcome back to Radio of Success, the origin of stepping. And like I was previously saying, there are several forms of stepping, and they all could be tracked back to the same place: slavery. A lot of people was not aware of this, but yes, it's come from slavery. It's arguably, people would say the 70s, 60s, 50s, and all that's true, but history repeats itself, and a lot of entertainers in the era had brought it back, introducing it as a form of entertainment at that particular time, from bopping, tapping, tap dancing, and so on. Dancing legends like Xavier Glover, the Sandman Sims, Eleanor Powell, Bill Bojangles. I remember old Bill Bojangles, Gregory Hines, Samuel Davis Jr., even James Brown and all them, all that stuff was like a form of stepping they just brought back for, entertainment purpose. And, but most of them use the form of tap dancing as, stepping. That's what a lot of entertainment was back like in the early 1900s and stuff of that nature, different little clubs when blacks used to build the little garages or shed houses, whatever you want to call them, back in the back. That's how the parties used to be. They used to step in there even when they went mainstream, start performing big shows, they tap dance or some of that nature, but it was all like a form of stepping. And that is all true, but I remember hearing about little stories, and this after I started doing my research before I went and learned stepping and stuff too, that during slavery, during the gold mine era to be exact, rubber boots was given to be worn by some of the slaves that was working in the gold mine from getting sick, just to keep them working. They want to keep you working, but while in the dark mine, sometimes chained, they wasn't allowed to talk to one another. But being the creative people we are, they began to communicate by stomping their feet, with them boots on, stomping their feet. The catching tune became a form of entertainment, just like us black people always finding a way through whatever, So, that's where actually stepping came from. It came and they was in the mine. That's how they communicate with each other. It was like a little saw a little video on it. It was like a little formal dance they used to do, and that's how they communicated. But even after they got off work and stuff, they continued to do it, and it became a form of entertainment. So hey, well, that's my show for today. But make sure you check out my webpage at radioofsuccess.com/WP. Follow me on Facebook at Sammy Bo Thompson. IG and YouTube is Sammy Mr. Success Thompson. Make sure you subscribe and like. You know my motto: when you with success, you always have a ball. If I can't tell the truth, it's nothing at all. Mr. Success, bringing pleasure, no stress. Until next time, peace.
It feels so good to be successful. Welcome to the Top Notch Show. Before we talk this talk, we gotta walk this walk. I came a long way, I got a lot to say. I start my own podcast with great debates. I agree to disagree, it's not the same as hate. I believe in God, He gave me my faith. You hanging with the best topics, best gossip, great knowledge. You rocking with the best. I won't stop until I be an icon. Burn the booth down. I'm Tito and my mic's gone. We talking about these bits and views. We keep it cracking like dried lips are due. Mother